So we have some updates to the Hasbro Pulse Con that will be hitting this Friday, the 22nd of October at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and will be ending around 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as some addressed rumors about Haslab and what's going to be going on with that from a Hasbro marketer. So let's jump into it. First thing we're going to cover is Hasbro Pulse gave a update of the schedule that is going to be happening on Friday, as well as how much time is going to be allotted to each one of these brands that is going to be shown all the new goods. So Hasbro will be showing Transformers, Power Rangers, Star Wars, Dungeons & Dragons, Magic the Gathering, Marvel Legends, and G.I. Joe. And it looks like Transformers is going to be the curtain jerker. It's going to be the one that opens it up at 11 a.m. It starts at 11:15 and will be ending at 12 o'clock and then going into Power Rangers. One thing to note, though, that's interesting is of all the stuff that is going to be available to be shown that day, Transformers and Star Wars seem to be having the most allocated time to that. Transformers and Star Wars are both going to have 45 minutes dedicated to it to talk about the brand and reveals and everything like that. While Power Rangers is only going to have 20 minutes, Dungeons & Dragons only going to have 25 minutes, Star Wars is going to have 20 minutes. Marvel Legends has 40 minutes instead of 45 like the others. They do have a Haslab item that is going right now currently, that Giant Man, so maybe they have to address that. And even G.I. Joe is going to get 30 minutes there. So Transformer fans, we're getting the big bulk of it. And obviously, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be talked about. The Transformers Legacy United is going to be the big topic, as well as all that Wave 1 stuff that's going to be shown. But will we also get a Hasbro Haslab reveal or something? According to Ben from marketing, it seems like we might only be just getting a update to our current Haslab and that of Desaurus. So we don't know if that is the case. If we don't get a Haslab reveal during Friday, there is a possibility the next time we will see it will be some kind of fan stream next month. Just to kind of like look at the timeline of things. When we had Desaurus revealed to us, it was that 10/27 fan stream that we had. That was October 27th of 2022. And they primarily did that because they revealed a whole bunch of stuff. And then the next day was London Comic-Con 2022, where they had a lot of those prototypes on display that were shown off at, surprisingly, the fan stream, the 10/27 fan stream. And even the year before that with Victory Saber, that was a Friday fan first stream, and that was October 27th, 2021. So they seem to always do it during these big streams and stuff. The next time we're going to be having any kind of big events or anything is next month, October 12th to the 15th, I believe it is, next month, is New York Comic Con. We might get maybe some kind of fall, small mini stream that'll be shown to us. And then we might get a reveal of our next Haslab item. That's a possibility if nothing happens this Friday. So keep that in mind. But we also had an update about some rumors that were going around with Haslab and everything like that. And Emily from Hasbro's marketing team put out a big statement on Instagram, pretty much addressing a bunch of things. A lot of little, basic stuff that we kind of already knew, but I'll kind of go over some of it because it is interesting from a collectability standpoint and investing. She mentions again, in countries that have Hasbro Pulse is the only authorized seller of Hasbro items. Countries without Hasbro Pulse can choose one retailer to take orders over the course of the campaign. This mostly addresses countries like Japan and stuff that don't really have Hasbro Pulse, but they'll have, a Takara Tomy Mall or something that'll be their retailer. That will be the way they get the Hasbro Pulse item in the pre-order stages. They said no orders against Hasbro Pulse can be placed after the campaign, usually the 45-day limit for most items. So there's no way you can make an order afterwards. I think maybe a lot of people were asking them, is it possible to make an order after it closes, because maybe they were on the fence or something. So that is something that's been pretty obvious, but I think they want to address it here again because it might have been a common problem and question. They say here, and this is interesting, we only manufacture the number of Haslab items that are ordered by fans, plus a small additional number to cover any consumer care-related needs that are used to directly cover for Hasbro. So that's something that's interesting because that's like, hey, you got your Star Saber, it got 2 left fists for whatever reason. So they have an extra one on the side that they could use bits and pieces to kind of fix everything up there. I know that was the case even with limited stuff, like let's say the BotCon exclusives back in the day. I know that they would always have like a couple extra sets at the BotCon, not the BotCon, the Hasbro store at BotCon, where you could go there and exchange your parts if something was wrong or everything. That's what I used to always tell people, like when you get your BotCon exclusives or even your TFCon exclusives, check them at the show because you never know, so, and then you can right away address the problem right there instead of going back home after a big fun weekend and finding out you have no head on your figure or something. Another one here they mentioned, backing a Haslab during its campaign is the only way to get the product. The same item can never be offered again as an exclusive or mainline item down the line. So they're very firm on that. You will never see these items ever again in any shape or form as an exclusive or a mainline ever. So that's pretty firm that they're saying on that, which it leads to a lot of confidence for people who invest in these items, not just the Transformer ones, but any of the Haslab items. And then they said here, and this is interesting, individual consumers can purchase up to 5 of these. Once that purchase is up to the 5 per account, they become the personal property of those individuals, and Hasbro cannot control what they do with them in the future. I guess that's them probably trying to say, hey, people are buying them to resell them on eBay, but that's a reality. Like it's something, you can't scalp something that's made to order anyways. And in my opinion, I'll be honest with you, I think for the people who can't afford to pick it up in that time frame, maybe guys buying 5 of them might be a blessing in disguise for you, because at least it gives you an opportunity to pick it up in the secondary market instead of it just being no numbers at all in the secondary market. Yeah, they're going to upsell it and try to make a little profit, but at least it creates that opportunity. So, and then the last thing it says here, during the funding window is your only opportunity to purchase Haslab items directly. All other sales considered secondhand in the aftermarket are not Hasbro related. So if you buy one outside of those limitations, it's considered a secondhand item, and then it's not their responsibility. I think because maybe people were buying them from, let's say, some of the big retailers, and then they were going to Hasbro Pulse and saying, hey, I got this Star Saber, it's missing a leg, it's missing this, it's missing that, and they're not responsible for it because it was bought secondhand. So those are things just to keep in mind. So I guess when you get your Deathsaurus, if it's missing his Breastmaster, if it's missing that, and that, make sure that you get everything squared off. So just some stuff to cover there with it. Pretty interesting that they had to address it, but I think there was a lot of questions that were coming up for a multitude of different reasons. And that's it more or less that we're going to cover. Just wanted to cover these few things because, again, Hasbro Pulse is coming very quickly with the Hasbro Pulse Con, and maybe we'll learn about our Haslab item. Maybe we won't. We don't know, but it is something that is going to be coming hot and quick. If not, again, New York Comic Con next month, maybe they'll try to work something out with them for some big reveal. New York Comic Con is easily like the top 3 biggest shows in all of North America, with San Diego and a few others. So I could definitely see something happening there too, and that's not too far away also. So we will see. Let me know what you think, guys. What do you think that Haslab item is? What do you think? But let me know what you think, and we'll talk again real soon here on the Transformer Slag.